just lost my first drone. Yeah, so it was like I was flying it, and I was over a field, so like nobody got hurt, but I was flying it, and it just said it lost connection. And then I saw like on the screen, the preview, I think it hit some trees on the way down and landed in the grass. I don't know. I'm just super bummed. Although, if I'm looking on the bright side, I feel like losing a drone in the vlogging game is just like a rite of passage. You got to do it. It's expensive rite of passage because those things are, they're not cheap, and who knows when I'm going to be able to replace it. But I think you just got to, it's something you got to go through. All right. Well, there may not be a ton of drone footage in the next couple episodes. Sophia, what time is it?
Ruta Time with Gregory.
How do you make the number 1 disappear?
I don't know. How do you make the number 1 disappear?
Add a G and it's gone. Get it? So this has been Ruta Time with me, Gregory.
Okay, today is the 100th day of school, which means all the kids need to look 100 years old. Let's see how we did. See what you got. You got the old gray hair here, looking good.
Get off my lawn, Sonny.
Okay, let's see. We've got the white hair. Yep. Got the bun. Got the old lady glasses, custom painted. Oh yeah. We got the wrinkly's face. We got the old lady necklace. The old Mexican lady dress. We got a watch, which her mom doesn't know she's wearing. We're probably gonna be in trouble for that. And a cane. Let me see your cane. Let me see your watch. All right, good morning. It is Friday morning, and we are off to chat with Pastor Gabe. So we met him in a previous episode, I believe, and at the coffee shop briefly. So we're going to go meet him at a different coffee shop today, and then we're going to head over to Tree of Life Church, which is what his church is called, and we're going to hear a little bit about his story. So let's do it. Let's go. Let's get it. Right, here we go. I hope I'm at the right coffee shop. I'm not sure that I am. What's up, man? All right, so we just started talking about workflow and what works best for us. For me, I like it when the pressure's on. I have a deadline, I have to get something done, and it just produces the best results. I mean, is that how?
I'm exactly the same way. I have to feel pressure. I have to feel a sense of urgency. I try to plan as much as I can ahead of time, but the magic truly happens typically at a tipping point where I'm like, okay, the pressure's on, I gotta do this, I can't slack.
Yeah,
I gotta do it. So you have to have an artificial deadline or deadline period.
Yeah, so I was just telling Gabe this, like, we have a presentation today at the studio this afternoon, and so I ended up working until like 5 in the morning this morning, trying to get it all done, just pulling the all-nighter, which is somewhat typical. I mean, so that's just how it works sometimes.
You just got to do what you have to do. So when you're in the zone.
Oh, yeah. And so like some people, like on my team, like some creative people, they don't like the pressure. They like, lots of time, they just want to take their time and kind of like, that's the best flow for them. So for some people, they don't work well under pressure. And some people, like for me, like I have to have it. Like I have to have that pressure to really force me into the place where it's like I do the best work. Some people do the worst work under pressure, and some people do their best. It's kind of funny how, and I've seen that in so many people I've worked with. It's like, okay, there's no pressure. It's just never going to get done, or it's not going to be great. But once you put the heat on, either you put it on them or external, deadlines or whatever, then all of a sudden they start shining. Yeah. So I think it's kind of up to each person to kind of identify what kind of person they are.
Their personality,
and what fuels them. Exactly. You have to figure out what fuels you to kind of do your best work.
You have to figure out your rhythm. And I think that there are people that love to sprint, and there are people that love to jog and go the distance. And so, if you're a sprinter, hey, focus on that. That's me. I'm going to be a sprinter, man. I'm going to do this as fast as I can, but I'm probably not going to do 10 miles. And so, I think it's the rhythm thing. You got to find what works best for you.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I am editing the Pastor Gabe interview, and we hit on half a dozen different topics that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. But I don't want this episode to be 45 minutes long, so I am going to release out these topics as a series as we go along. So let me give you one of those topics now, which is the topic of, is it being an entrepreneur or starting your business, is that like a calling? I don't know. Let's find out. To Rosemarine Theater in Fort Worth, Texas.
We're here at Tree of Life Church in the Rose Theater, right?
The Rosemarine Theater.
Rosemarine Theater here in Fort Worth, Texas.
In the heart of Fort Worth, Texas, near downtown Fort Worth.
This is Pastor Gabe here. So we met him in the previous episode. We had a coffee. He showed me this cool new coffee shop that's over by our studio. And so he invited us to come over to his place and kind of just have a chat. So in this vlog, we want to talk to people who have decided to follow a passion or create something or start a business. In Pastor Gabe's case, it's a ministry related, kind of a calling thing. So I guess let's just start there. So talk about, some people that watch this will be starting businesses. Obviously for you have a different calling kind of associated with kind of what you're doing. So let's talk about that a bit.
It's very similar to starting a business or some type of nonprofit or anything really that requires entrepreneurship, because you have an idea, you have this dream, you have this desire that you just can't shake. I mean, it really does frustrate you, and you just know that you're supposed to do something, build something, develop something, design something. That's how it starts. It starts with an idea, and you keep thinking about it, you start writing it down, and before you know it, you start talking about it, and you share it with your closest people, and they just hear you out, and the more you talk about it, you start developing it. And so really for me, 9 years ago, actually 10 years ago, I started really talking about it. I knew that I was supposed to do something in regards to people and loving people. I was raised in a pastor's home, and so for me, what was modeled for me was building a church, was building up people, because really building a church is really building up people and inspiring them. So for me, it all started with an idea, with a dream that I couldn't shake, and people saw it in me. I didn't see it in myself. People would say, "Hey man, you're supposed to be a pastor." And I was like in my teens, like, a pastor of what? I don't want to be a pastor. And but people saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And so I know people have seen something in you. And there's something about you. There's a drive. You're not common, and you're not just an employee. You're really called to be an entrepreneur, which is really a leader. And so for me, it started with an idea that I just couldn't shake off. I couldn't ignore it. It frustrated me. It almost pursued me. I honestly feel like the dream pursued me until I finally decided to pursue it.